Hi friends, we're finishing up some things from last week. It's hard to get everything done in one week, so a lot of times Monday is our day to kind of catch up. And the reason why is we're doing a lot, right? We just started our Nat Geo reading program. We started our numbers, but we're still doing shapes and colors and writing our name. So we really have been doing a lot. So what I want to do now is we're going to finish up with our square. We made a Sandy square last week. You did a couple of pages in the packet. Okay, but now today we're going to read our book. So let's just kind of review Sandy square, right? Sandy square is my name. My 4 sides are all the same. Count one side and then count more. Count to 2, then 3, then 4. Turn me around. I don't care. I'm always the same. I'm Sandy square. Good job. Some of you made your Sandy square. Look at what I did. I put mine in my folder. So I have Cindy circle and Sammy square. If you didn't get a chance to make both of those, what I did is I provided the poem on a PDF if you can print it out. Okay, both of them. Okay, so there's, you could find this one here, I took a bowl and I traced a circle. This one here, I took a ruler and I just made it a little bit bigger than the poem. And if you don't have construction paper, I would just print out the poem and they could put the face on this side and color it. Okay, when we get all of them, we can do an activity on our Zoom. All right, so I'm going to put those back in my folder so I don't lose them. Remember, this is the orange folder with all your shapes in it. And then here are your books. Last week we did the circle book, and now this is your square book. I'll leave everything inside of here and take the square book out. And it's, remember when we read this, there's one word that you have to know. We haven't started working on sight words, we're going to. Okay, and this, but this one's important because it's on every single page. So A-R-E spells R. So when you're writing the word R, it's not just the letter, it's A-R-E. I have a little song that helps with sight words, especially ones with just 3 letters. It just goes, I can spell R, A-R-E, I can spell R, A-R-E, I can spell R, A-R-E, I can spell listen to me. Sometimes that helps to put that into their brains. Okay, so here's my square, my cute little bear holding the square. All 4 sides are the same, so we know it's a square. A square has 4 sides and 4 corners, and they're all 4 the same. We're going to color in a minute. All right, so the first picture, remember, the picture is your first clue to what the word is, because right here you might think it says, well, square, they're squares. Squares are squares, but see how there's a little bite taken out of this one? It's a cracker. Looks like maybe a graham cracker, soda cracker. Could be a wheat thin. So down here it says crackers are squares. Do you recognize this word? A-R-E, it's right in the middle. And I recognize this word because it's S-Q-U-A-R-E, square. So the only word you have to figure out, if I'm telling you this is R and this is square, is the first one, and the picture clue helps you know that word. Okay, what are these? Right, boxes. So do you think this word could be boxes? What do you think boxes starts with? Listen to it. B like Bubba Bear. So yeah, that can be boxes. Boxes are squares. We have the word R again. What's that little dot called? Who remembers? Yes, a period. All right. Okay. Let's look at the picture first. That's going to help us to read. What are those? Windows. Windows are squares. And this is really cool because the whole window is a square, and then this is the window pane that's like the wood around it, or it could be metal. And then there's smaller square windows, right? You ever seen windows like that? I have. I think I might have one of those on my screen door. Whoops, forgot to read the words. Windows are squares. Oh, you know what? I forgot something else. I'm going to get it because I think I have it. Remember my little finger? Here it is. It's fun when you read these books. I've got my little pointer finger. All right, that just makes it fun. Okay, now first, tell me what these are. Now I know if you look at it, you might say, oh, that's a hot dog, and that's an arrow. But what they are signs, right? There must be a hot dog stand or a restaurant somewhere, and this must want you to turn, or there's a curve in the road. So this is what it says down here. Signs are squares, and I see my little period here. Don't worry, we're gonna go back and color in a minute. All right, what are these? Kind of look like the boxes, but these are blocks, building blocks, right? With letters on them. You see the letter B and the letter M, which we did this week, and Y. So this is the word, blocks. And then you always want to kind of make sure, could that word be blocks? Do you think that's the right guess? Or do you think maybe there's something else? Like, no, look at blocks starts with a B. Blocks are squares with a period. Period means that's the end of the sentence, ready to turn the page. Okay, now this is a little harder to read. The words are harder, but the poem is the same as it was last week with circles. It goes squares, squares everywhere. And then it goes, I love squares, says the bear. Oops, I did that wrong. I love squares, says the bear. Okay, so he's holding his squares, and you got the little hearts up here because he loves squares. Okay, now it's going to be time to color. So I'm not going to color the whole thing. You guys can do that. This square is red, but since we worked on blue this last week, and we made our sandy square blue, I think I'm going to do it blue. I'm going to put this down so you guys can see that better. There you go. I'm going to do my square blue, but I'm not going to do my bear blue. Okay, because that's not really taking your time. If I go like this and color everything blue, that's not really taking your time. So I'm going to do my bear, the color of a real bear. Could be brown bear, black bear. I think there's some gray bears like koala bears. I know some bears are white, but I want mine a color, so I think I'll just do a brown bear. Oh, that reminds me of a great story I want to read to you. And I bet some of you heard it, called Brown Bear. Have you ever heard that? Brown bear, what do you see? I found my brown. So I'm going to color my bear. All right. Now, boys and girls, I do like you to take your time on your coloring. Coloring is something that you can always do. Let's say you read the book first and you color the first page, but then mom and dad say, wow, you got a lot of work to do today. Why don't we just put this aside and you can finish all your other work, and then if you want, you can go back and color it, right? Because the important thing on here was the reading. I'll do it again. Crackers are squares. I'm going to use my brown because it kind of looks like a graham cracker to me. I love graham crackers. Yummy. All right, I'll color. You can color all three later. This one says boxes are square. Boxes are brown too, huh? Okay, windows are squares. You could color those windows whatever color you want. Signs are squares. So after I color the bear and the signs, look at, there's grass. Signs are sticking someplace out in the grass. You color your hot dog and your sign and your bear. Blocks are squares. And then again, here's our poem. Squares, squares everywhere. I love squares, says the bear. Okay. You know what? Do I have time here? That was 8 minutes. I'm going to show you something, and I probably will show you again. But I have been telling you guys to get a little box and decorate it. And look what I did. I did my own. Here, I'm going to turn this back. So I decided, instead of putting those books back in the folders, I don't need these books back. I want these books to stay at home so your child can read them. Because on Monday, starting in September, you guys are going to have a reading log. I'll show that to you in a separate video. And so I want you guys to have a box to keep your books. So what I did is I just got one of these little clear plastic boxes, and I put my name on one side. I made that on my computer. It just says Mrs. Jenkins on this side. It says book box, and I had some stickers. I was so happy I had these stickers, flower stickers, because I love flowers. And I decorated it. Now, we usually, the first week of school, first couple weeks of school, we send home an assignment. We say, make a book box. It's kind of a project. And the kids bring them in and they share. But then we say, now take them home, because we need you to have a box at home. This is really a perfect size. You can get a fancier one with a lid. You could get a colored one, a blue one, a pink one. You could use a shoebox. I've had kids wrap a shoebox with wrapping paper and then put stickers or glitter. However you want. I would love to see a picture of your box. Let me show you what's in here. Okay. We've got the red book that we did. We've got the blue book that we colored. We've got the circle book. And we have, oh, remember the little M book? We have the little M book. And we have our new square book. So we've got a lot of books in our book box. I'm so happy, okay? And then you can read these books and write them on your new reading log. And I'll go over that in another video, okay? Bye-bye.